Good afternoon, scholars. This is Mr. Getchman coming to you Wednesday, April 15th with the afternoon announcements. The great Chicago Cub, Ernie Banks, once said, "It's a great day for a ball game. Let's play two." He definitely did not say that about conference calls, but that's kind of the morning Mr. Getchman had, so here with you a little bit later. Got my baseball hat on, big Cubs fan. Got my glove. I'm ready to go. But sadly, there's no baseball because of the coronavirus. But today's a very special day because April 15th is Jackie Robinson Day. And although we don't have baseball, we are still celebrating the contributions of Jackie Robinson, who was the first African-American baseball player to cross the color line in the major leagues. And so we celebrate today his contributions. And so just a little look back into what Jackie Robinson did in baseball. On April 15th, 1947, he was, as we said, the first black player to cross the color line and play in a major league game. That day, he went 0 for 3, didn't have a hit, but the run that he scored later in the game turned out to be the winning run. So great contribution. That year in 1947, he was the Rookie of the Year in the National League. In 1949, he was the National League MVP. He was an all-star selection from 1949 to 1954, and he led the Dodgers to 6 World Series appearances, and they won 1 world title during that time. After he retired, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1962 on the very first year he was eligible. A pretty amazing biography there in baseball, but that's not the end of it. He's a veteran of the U.S. Army. He's been inducted into the UCLA College Hall of Fame. Was involved in numerous actions and efforts in the civil rights movement during his time. Altogether, just an amazing person, amazing human being. And I think today we celebrate, and it's really hard to understand like the impact and the importance that he had at that time for a couple reasons. One, the way we consume sports now versus at that time. Now you can flip on TV and catch any game that you want in any sport out there, where at the time you didn't have that. You listened to the games over the radio, you didn't see it over the TV. Very, very limited number of games. And then also at that time, baseball was the national pastime. It was the most popular sport. And so him doing this had an enormous impact on sports, but also had an enormous impact on the world in general, including the civil rights movement and the giants that we think of in the civil rights movement, the first being Martin Luther King. So he was a great friend of Dr. Martin Luther King and had an impact on him, so much so that Dr. King once said that Jackie Robinson was a sit-inner before the sit-ins and a freedom rider before the freedom rides. And so he is one of my heroes. I just think he's an amazing person, what he did, what he stood up to when he integrated the major leagues, what he had to take and face in order to do it. So I encourage you to take some time today to look him up. There's some great content online. There's also some good stuff on TV. If you've got the MLB network, they're replaying some old footage and just different programming around him. So definitely use your time to learn and grow a little bit, talking about Jackie Robinson. If we had baseball games today, everyone would be wearing the number 42 in his honor. So definitely go out and look him up a little bit, learn a little bit more about the great Jackie Robinson. And so today I will leave you with this quote from him, and you can think about how you want to apply it to your own life. But Jackie Robinson once said, "A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives." So have a great Wednesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.